Okay. Oh my goodness. This is a very busy chart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lots of things
Grand
going on.
Cross. Grand Cross right off the bat.
Yeah. Grand Cross is that big red square.
Well, with
Well, okay. Okay, so the first thing that I see right off the bat in this chart is the double Gemini energy. We've got the moon in Gemini in the 12th house. Wherever the moon hangs out is where we experience our emotional connection. And when the moon is in the 12th house of the unconscious mind, it is all a mental health journey for this person. Also, their rising sign, how the world sees them, is going to play a huge role in this person's chart. Then we've got the sun in Aries. Gemini and Aries energy, that forms a sextile. That's very positive energy. These two signs can really get along together. So this person's where they shine in the world, how they feel their emotional energy, and what's putting them out there in the world, it all gets along really, really well. But as you can see, with all of the action going on in the center of the chart with the aspects, this person experiences quite a few challenges. This is not a person who's experienced or had an easy time really kind of maneuvering through this energy. Aries is a fire sign and it's very intense and it doesn't really have much connection with the rest of the chart. It's called an unaspected planet. And when your sun, which is what makes you shine out there in the world, is disconnected, it becomes your responsibility to find your own way in life, to figure out how to be successful and how to stand out from the crowd. But with double Gemini energy, this person has a lot of squirrel brain energy and very, very small attention span. I like to say this person has the attention span of a gnat. You know, if you've ever watched a gnat fly around, they never fly in a straight line. They're kind of going in lots of different directions. So that's the thing that really stood out to me.
I like that. Yeah. Like that's what stood out to me too, was just all this dialogue going on. Every single planet except the sun is really talking a lot. And then the other thing that I saw was we have Mercury stationing, and then Jupiter retrograde, Neptune retrograde, the nodes retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Uranus retrograde. So tons of retrograde planets as well, which I think contributes to that energy that you just talked about, where, really finding your own way and just having this kind of different and uniqueness in ways of relating.
Yeah. Yep.
okay, so my question is, like, I see I'm curious how so Mars conjunct the ascendant.
That's where I was going to go next too.
Okay. Tell me more about what that would indicate, especially with Mars being in Cancer, so in a water sign. So it's like the action in a water sign, and then but the rising sign in a air sign or a mind sign.
Okay, so here's the image that comes to my mind. Have either one of you ever been to a water aerobics class?
Yes, I love them.
Okay, this is Mars in Cancer. Cancer is ocean energy. It's the great expanse of water. And so you're trying to run a marathon under the water. So it feels kind of inhibited, and it's almost kind of like since Mars is fire energy and Cancer is ocean and water energy, when you fuse them together, the only positive response is a steam response. So this person has bursts of energy that they can expend on any part of the day. But when it's so close to the ascendant, like it is, it becomes part of their personality to show the world where they're spending their energy. They want the recognition for where they're spending their energy as well. But sometimes this person just feels like they are in a water aerobics class getting nowhere really quick, which can make kind of this unseen anger kind of energy that comes up. And since it's Cancerian energy, that anger can oftentimes be directed at family members.
Ah, ha, ha.
Super fascinating. With what you just said and wanting to be seen, I'm looking at the part of fortune here in the sign of Leo. Um, does that have anything to do with, this desire to be seen and recognized, also maybe amplifying that, and that also being the way that they find their fortune?
Possibly. I mean, when we look at the third house, that's self-expression. So that's a need to want to be heard. And with Leo energy is like, look at me, listen to me, hear what I'm saying. And with Mars being so close to the ascendant, that's going to be something that this person is going to benefit from when people do see them.
Okay, another question. We got Mars and Saturn opposing each other. What kind of energy does that bring in?
Well, like I said, this person has bursts of energy and then no energy and then bursts of energy. It's like that steam locomotive. But when it opposes Saturn, Saturn is the planet of restriction. So this person's energy is very limited. This person has to be very, very kind to themselves, their physical energy. There's an opposition to the seventh house, which is relationships. When Saturn's in the seventh house of relationships, this person has to find someone that they can be totally loyal to and go the long road with them. But also the opposition provides an awareness of where we need to balance. So we're talking about balancing energy levels and balancing relationships as well.
And Jeremy, what do you have to say about the moon and Venus being in the 12th house?
Well, the 12th house is the house of the unconscious, okay? It's the house of our own undoings. So when your moon is in the 12th house, if the 12th house is where we sabotage ourselves, emotionally, this person can sabotage themselves very quickly. And with Venus being the goddess of relationships and how this person does their relationships, this is another area where they can potentially sabotage themselves. Plus, with Venus in Taurus, in relationships, this person is very stubborn. And that would be the shadow side of Saturn, or the shadow side of Taurus. The light side of Taurus is sensuality and romantic comedies and seeing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Love it.
Okay, so that Venus is connected with a square to the wounding, right? The wounded healer of Chiron, and then also to a square to Pluto, transformational death, rebirth energy. So
Right.
there is a lot of sabotage probably happening.
There's a lot of sabotage, but with this T-square, it's almost an empowerment. When this person takes full responsibility for their actions in relationships in general in their life, that's when they can begin the healing of that Chiron energy.
That's
and thus setting off that opposition of transformation, which really transforms and opens up the door to be seen and to be heard. But it all starts with this person. This person has to be 100% in their honor, setting a positive intention daily to really show up in their relationships. And there's a lot of possibilities for that because we've got that sextile between that Mercury energy and Venus. So it starts with being impeccable. Like if you read the 4 agreements, one of the most important agreements for this person's chart is being impeccable with their word.
I love that. Because you can poison quickly with what you say.
Oh, quick. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.